Mark Rogers TV on the line with Gerry DiNardo of the Big Ten Network to talk, of course, some Big Ten football. Gerry, thanks so much for joining us today.
Good to be with you, Mark. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad we could connect. Gerry, you would be at the top of my list in regards to who I would want to kick around some Big Ten topics. So I'm glad we were able to put this together. Let's start with the kind of the national perception of the Big Ten. So it's my thought that once Ohio State lost to Florida after the 2006 season in the BCS championship game, that the Big Ten became very much maligned in national perception. And I think a lot of it was unwarranted. The league usually plays the toughest bowl schedule, for instance. So when there's a bad bowl record, that's all that's thrown out there. A lot of things have worked into that. But just here in the last 2 or 3 years, the conference has performed better on the field and the perception has been upgraded. Do you think that's a fair analogy? Do you think that the conference is being fairly perceived? What do you think has been the difference the last few years?
Well, I think a lot of it started with Urban Meyer being hired at Ohio State. Ohio State giving him the resources that they could expect him to compete for the national championship every year. So this is a great football school with a great head coach with great resources. So why shouldn't they compete for national championships every year? So once somebody does that in the conference, there has to be a response. And we've seen a response with Bill O'Brien at Penn State. We've seen a response with James Franklin at Penn State. We've seen a response with Jim Harbaugh at Michigan. We've seen Mark D'Antonio over the past 10 years, although last year was a disappointing year. We've seen him steadily maximize Michigan State's resources, which are a little bit limited, but yet he's maximized them. And so, to me, Ohio State's back, Penn State's back. I don't think Michigan's back yet. I think they've lost 3 of their last 4 games, although there's a lot of excitement for Jim Harbaugh. And so, to me, it started with Urban. I think the finances have helped. The revenues from TV have helped. And I think it's become clear that these schools in the Big Ten want to be the best at football.